Midway. They were fighting that battle while we were headed south to go down around Fiji and Samoa and come back up to New Hebrides Island. And that's where the main base was that we had going for us. So we didn't get in the Battle of Midway, but we got plenty of them after that. You know, on the way down, we picked up survivors off the USS Wasp, which was one of the smaller aircraft carriers that we had on the way down south. We got torpedoed, and we picked them up and opened up our lockers for clean clothes to get off and all that kind of stuff. 13 months later, somebody else was opening their lockers for us.
So you guys were sunk?
Huh?
You were on a ship that sunk?
Yeah, the USS Helena.
The Helena.
Yeah, that's the one that was aboard when we had the skunk episode. She was in dry dock then, but getting all fixed up. Yeah, well, it was actually 11 months later that she got sunk. 2 o'clock. Well, you think it's dark out here tonight? Well, you didn't see nothing by comparison with how dark it was the night that we got sunk. He jumping overboard. He didn't know where he was going to land or who he was going to land on or anything like that. 2 o'clock in the morning. That was wild.
Wow. What happened when it sank? How did it sink?
Well, he went to the bottom of the ship that we sunk actually sunk us. We got in a surface battle there. We caught the Japanese flat-footed there. They didn't have a clue that we was even in there. And to start with, the Helena was the only one that had radar. When radar was just first coming out, experimental. As a matter of fact, after we came out of dry dock there, the Navy designated the Helena as the official experimental ship of the whole fleet. Any new development or anything like that that came out, they put it on the Helena first and test it out, and then if it worked well, then they'd go to the rest of the fleet. Anyhow, we had the radar on it, but we didn't have the Admiral. He was up on the Columbia. There's another cruiser the same size as the Helena. That from the St. Louis was three cruisers there. And we let the Japs come right in. Boy, they had a line right in front of our sights all the way down the line. 7 of our ships and there was 11 of theirs. And anyhow, when the right time came, we had the biggest one of the bunch picked out on radar. We had 15 6-inch guns and 4 5-inch, all aimed at the waterline of that ship.
Wow.
Cut loose with a broadside. And boy, I mean, that ship like went down like a hot potato. Well, anyhow, with all this new equipment that we had, it was rangefinders and directors and all kinds of stuff. Put the guns where they wanted in. Well, while they were fixing to drop that first ship, they had the second target all decided on. They knew exactly which one it was going to be. And as soon as those guns went off, they started moving to the new target. And there was already ammunition ready to load into the guns, and it was loaded by the time it got onto the new target. And turned out to be a Japanese destroyer. And so 19 guns again, and bam, down she went, you know. But again, after they pulled the trigger on that, we were going for the third ship, and we got it. But while we were doing that, we got that third ship. But about that time is when this destroyer that was on its way down, somebody pulled the trigger on a rack of 5 torpedoes.
Oh.
Well, one of them missed the ship, 4 of them hit it, and 3 of them exploded.
Wow.
And that one that turned out to be a dud is the one that brought me to where I am right now. Because that one would have exploded.
Wow.
That would have been incinerated, just completely nothing.
Wow.
And the only thing that was between us there was a iron bulkhead all the way across the ship. I know there was a partition. It was only 3/8 of an inch thick, and that's all the protection that we had between us and that torpedo. We were in the steering engine room, right over the rudder line. So anyhow, the first torpedo hit the bow of the ship between number 2 and 3 shorts, blew the whole bow completely off of it.
Wow.
And exploded all 3 magazines up there for 6-inch magazines. The second and third torpedoes, the ones that exploded, landed between the 2 stacks, and one of them got the forward engine room, the other one got the after boiler room. It broke the ship in 2 again. And while it was going down, I thought it was going down like this, you know, with the bow way down here, you know. So it turned out that it was going down like this. And here I am way back here on the back end of the ship. And by the time I went overboard, all 4 of the propellers were out of the water, and so was the rudder. And when I stepped off the ship, it was with the idea that, you know, like when you're running normal, the main deck is only about 8 or 9 feet above the water line.
Yeah.
Well, what I didn't take into account was that the deck was like this, and where I was about 40 feet above the water.
Wow.
And you couldn't see it. I had no idea what to do. And I was expecting to hit the water a lot sooner than I did. But you know how you go when you go out to the diving board in the swimming pool? You're up on the board, and just before you jump, you suck in a big lungful of air.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I did just before I stepped off the ship. But what I didn't know was the fact that I had a chance there. Actually, there was time enough to breathe 2 or 3 more times before I hit the water. But I didn't do it because I didn't know when I was going to hit it. So here I am going feet first. Went straight into the water feet first, and I don't know how far down into the water I went, but it was a long ways. You know, I had a 40-foot drop. That's what I was estimating. Drop that far, you know, it's lead pipe cinch, you're not going to hit the water, you just stop.
Yeah. Just keep going down.
Way down.
Wow.
So anyhow, after I finally realized that I wasn't going down any farther, well, then I started swimming and paddling my way back to the surface. Well, needless to say, a lot of the oxygen that was in my lungs while I was going down was already used up. And I wasn't even working while I was going down, but when I come to paddling and coming up, that's when I used a lot of it. You know, it's the energy that I was using. So anyhow, I got up as far as, maybe I was 10 feet below the surface. All of a sudden my hands quit working, my arms quit working, my legs quit working. I mean, I was just completely, I couldn't even move in the water. I was just basically dead. There was nobody around. It was dark. There was a big coat of fuel oil over the top of the water. There was no way in the world that any man could have ever known where I was. And anyhow, here I am. And I'm just about, all of a sudden I realized that I didn't even have to breathe. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't in discomfort. No damage. But anyhow, after a given length of time, whatever it was, I felt something get a hold of me. And are you familiar with one of the hymns that we have about let us all press on in the work of the Lord?
Yeah.
Okay. At the bottom of the second verse on that, it says, but an unseen power will aid me and you in the glorious cause of truth. Are you familiar with that? Okay. As far as I'm concerned right now, that's what happened. There was an unseen power that got a hold of me. I felt myself coming up toward the surface. And when I got my head out of the water and I started breathing again, and pretty quick the life came back into my arms, strength came back in my arms and legs and all that. But that power held on to me until all that happened. And while I was doing it, I could hear back behind me a little bit, and off to my right there was a bunch of guys talking, which indicated to me that these guys were probably on a bunch of life rafts right there, and they weren't too far away. So anyhow, this power that had me held on to me until I indicated that, okay, my arms are good enough, my legs are good enough, I've got air in my lungs, I'm ready to go and try and go for those rafts. So when I started, that power let go of me and I made it over there. But I'll let you decide for yourself who or what was the unseen power. We had everything going for us. We even knew 24 hours ahead of time that that was going to be the last trip that we ever made on the Helena. We were out looking for an aircraft carrier and they ordered us back to Kula Gulf. And 24 hours before we got there, the spirit, I don't know, a lot of people don't believe that a chair, for example, has a spirit or a ship has a spirit. Any of these inanimate objects. When we found out about it, by golly, that ship did have a spirit. It was it was about 12, 14 hours before we ever got into Kula Gulf where the battle was. Every man aboard that ship knew that we was going on the last ride that we were going to take home. That ship was telling us, like, I've given you everything I've got. This trip's going to end. And we went into Kula Gulf and sure enough, before, when they sounded general quarters, for everybody to man the battle stations, something that we'd never done before in all the other scrapes that we'd been in. Every guy that was in our sleeping quarters went around and shook hands with every other guy. That's something that we'd never done before. And as far as our battle gear was concerned, like a helmet, life vest, and a gas mask, everybody had one of them. But like where we are in the battle stations, we just hung them up on a pipe and never even bothered with them, But that night when we got to battle stations, all four of us in that compartment down there, there was a navigator and a helmsman, an electrician, and me. I was the engineer. And we all took that gear down and took it apart and adjusted it and everything but the gas mask. We wasn't worried about that, but the helmet and the life belt was one of these blow-up types. And we checked it out, and sure enough, that's what we needed. It's the only time that we ever took that stuff down.